Hello, good evening. It's News 360 coming to you live from the News Hub here at Adesawe Kanda. I am Portia Gabo.
And I am Martin Asiedu-Date. Coming up for the next 1 hour.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Former Trades and Industry Minister Alan Kyerematen withdraws from New Patriotic Party presidential primary.
Office of Special Prosecutor reseizes monies from Cecilia Dape's house and refreezes her bank account after returning them and defreezing accounts in compliance with earlier court orders.
Later in the bulletin, President Akufo-Addo touts illegal mining ban as positive step towards reducing carbon emissions.
We placed a ban on illegal mining, the phenomenon we call galamsey, which was destroying our water bodies, vegetation, and our forests.
In business news, Finance Minister optimistic about meeting all reviews in order to access the second tranche of IMF program in November.
On the international front, Zambia's president warns potential coup plotters not to threaten the Southern African nation's democratic rule and stability.
We have details of these stories and many more coming up in the next 1 hour. Do stay with us.
Let's dig in now. And the breaking news this hour is that there are 4 remaining NPP flag-bearer contenders. Just a while ago, former Trades and Industry Minister Alan Kyerematen released a statement to withdraw from the New Patriotic Party's presidential race. In the statement, he cites a number of reasons for his decision, and Duke Mensah Opoku of our political desk has more regarding the statement.
He's bowing out for 3 main reasons. Number 1 is of the view that, things have been strategically and tactically skewed in favor of one aspirant and against him. And that is how come he performed the way he performed in the election, superdelegates election, where he placed third with Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Kennedy Agyapong ahead of him. Secondly, he cites what he calls the intimidation and violence in the party as one of the reasons why, against his supporters, as one of the reasons why he is withdrawn. Of course, the popular incident that happened in Northeast, where the vice president comes from, is a case in point that he cites, that he cannot be in this race and be leading a team of campaigners who would be at the mercy of violence and intimidation. He thinks that that cannot continue. For that reason, he is bowing out of the race. And he asks 2 critical questions. That can the party continue to go down this line of self-destruction? And when did the party become this sort of a party, to paraphrase his words? Again, he indicates that he is very sure that the tactical scheme against him and that of the intimidation against his supporters will only be escalated going into the election of November 4th. And for this third reason, and for the 2 that I've indicated, he has decided to step aside and withdraw from the race ahead of Wednesday's balloting. He has indicated, or he ends the statement by saying that in the coming weeks, he would announce what his role will be in the politics of the country going forward. So for many political watchers, this comes as a shock. But actually, here at 3 News, 3news.com predicted this last night, that Alan Kyerematen was going to withdraw from the race. You need to trust us for all the news going into the 2024 election.
In more news tonight, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has reseized monies from Cecilia Dape's residence and refrozen her bank account after returning them and defreezing the accounts in compliance with an earlier court order. Special Prosecutor Kiseh Jabin, in a statement, noted that the office has only exercised his statutory powers. Lord Edwasari reports.
An Accra High Court on August 31 ordered the OSP to, within 7 days from its ruling, return all the monies of Cecilia Dapaah, as well as 2 frozen bank accounts to her. Justice Edward Chum in his ruling noted that the special prosecutor had not proved reasonable grounds to freeze Cecilia Dapaah's accounts and described the action as one born out of speculation, reaction to public sentiment, and poor investigations. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, while accepting the ruling, disagreed with the court and assured the public that it will take all the necessary steps to ensure that the seized amounts and the balances in Madame Dapaah's bank accounts and investments are neither concealed, lost, or otherwise dissipated. The OSP in a statement has disclosed that after complying with the court ruling, it has discharged the frozen accounts and investments of Cecilia Dapaah and also returned the seized cash. It, however, added that with the investigation into corruption and corruption-related offences against the former sanitation minister underway, the special prosecutor has invoked his statutory power under Section 32(1)(a) and 38(1) of Act 959 by directing the seizure of the cash amounts and freezing the bank accounts again. This, he noted, is necessary to facilitate ongoing investigations. Lord Idwasari, TV3 News, Accra.
The High Court's ruling.
Let's now speak to lawyer Martin Kpebu. Counsel, thank you so much for your time. First of all, can you give us a legal understanding of what is happening now between the OSP and then the High Court orders?
Okay, so what it is that the court having made these orders, the special prosecutor says he's complied with the orders, and that's to say return the cash, that's the $590,000 and 2.7 million Ghana cedis to Madame Dapaah. Yes, that's done. But under the law, OSP has a right to re-seize. Yeah, you know, the judge threw out the case because on the matter of the cash, he says that OSP didn't come within the 7 days, statutory 7 days, as required by Section 32 of the Act 959. Yeah, well, you know, we've said, some of us have said we didn't agree with the judge, but that one is gone. So let's say OSP complied with the court order, but OSP also has the right to re-seize. These were some of the reasons why we're saying the first time, I didn't think that the 7 days should have been a problem, you see. But well, that's what's happened. So OSP has the right to re-seize, and that's what Mr. Ejagbin has done. So the 7 days start counting again. So it tells you that within the next 7 days, Mr. Ejagbin has to apply again to the court to confirm the seizure. Then also when it comes to the account, within the next 14 days, Mr. Ejagbin has to apply once again to the court for an order to confirm the freezing of the accounts. So that's how it will be. That's Section 38 allows him to, you know, freeze, and that's what he has done. So the 14 days start counting from, today inclusive.
At this point, does Cecilia Dapaah have any options?
No, not immediately. She has to wait, and then when the application is mounted, then she would go and fight those applications again. That's the one for the seizure of the currency, and then the one for the freezing of the accounts. It's likely they will be filed separately. Yes, because, you know, this one is coming, the seizure, OSP has 7 days to go to court. The freezing of the accounts, he has 14 days. So in practice, it's possible that he will file separate.
Counsel, thank you so much for your time. And lawyer Martin Kpebu is a private legal practitioner.
You're still watching News 360 on TV3. Our big story this evening has to do with the fact that Alan Kojo Kyerematen, who was hoping to get the acceptance of NPP delegates to lead them to the 2024 elections, has withdrawn, and in his statement, amongst other things, talks about intimidation and the fact that the system has been tactically skewed to favor one candidate. We will try and get to further details of what the party would be doing next regarding this decision by Alan Alan Kyerematen, and already the speculation in the public media about his political future going into the 2024 election. We are your election command center. Trust us to keep you in the loop of these developments. Away from that, though, the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament is considering inviting the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, and universities to address the delay in accrediting new programs or renewing existing ones. In the view of the chairman of the committee, James Kluche Aveji, the prolonged accreditation process for university programs adversely affects students who require the certificates for further education or employment.
The committee was discussing the Auditor General's report on the public accounts of technical universities and second cycle institutions for 2021 in Sunyani during the second zone public hearing. The issue arose when representatives from Kumasi Technical University, including the Director of Finance, Registrar, Vice Chancellor and other managers, appeared before the committee to address infractions cited against the university in the Auditor General's report.
There is a need for us to bring the two bodies together so that we'll look at where the problem is and how we can iron it so that we don't examine students on programs and courses that do not have accreditation.
About 16 programs at the university are at various stages of accreditation.
I can say that the delay in granting the courses partly come from the universities themselves. If you know that the process takes 2 years, you don't wait until the accreditation for that course expires before you start the process.
The chairman took the opportunity to advise universities to apply for renewal of accreditation for existing courses at least 1 year in advance.
Then we also said that if the course has already been accredited and there's a need for accreditation, why should it take 2 years? So there must be an issue with the body that do the accreditation as well. There must be some delay from their end also.
He also cautioned institutions to adhere to the financial laws of the country to avoid being cited in the Auditor General's report.
As a committee, our expectation is that the agencies should ensure that they comply with the financial laws of the country. Once they comply with the financial laws and they do the right thing, there will not be even the need for this committee coming around the region to ensure that they comply with the law, because they may not be cited by the Auditor General. So that is our expectation. But because they've already been cited in the 2021 report, we are expecting that they will be able to comply with the recommendations of the Auditor General.
Sunyani Technical University, Al Farouk College of Education, Enchi College of Education, and Seshiyoso College of Education were among the institutions that appeared before the committee.
Let's take a step back to our earlier story having to do with Alan Kyerematen's withdrawal from the NPP flag bearer primary. Joining us on phone now is Dr. Kwame Asah-Asante, who is a political science lecturer at the University of Ghana. Doc, a very good evening to you. Thank you for your time. We spoke yesterday about the same subject when we were all looking forward to what it was he was going to say. Now the cat is out of the bag. Were you expecting this? Are you surprised?
Good evening, Martin. I was not expecting this because I thought that Mr. Kyerematen will compete to the end. But things have changed, and I'm sure we are all alive to his complaint and all that. It's a very sad situation, and it's a big indictment on the party.
How so? Why do you say it is a sad situation, Doc?
We saw problems. The problems that occurred on the election day, we saw bits and pieces at the beginning of the whole process. People started, complaining about unequal playing field. They were talking about a whole lot of things, but the party did not give a heed to it. And now, when the last Saturday they had the election, you saw what happened. So I believe that if the party was interested in dealing with the problem, they would have been able to do it and do it well. But it seems to me that they gloss over it. And then now you see there's a second person who is leaving the process. It tells you that there's something absolutely wrong with the process.
And so from where you said, and you just indicated that he talked about the fact that the process has been skewed to favor one candidate. There's been intimidation, which he says is very unusual of the New Patriotic Party. How has the party handled these concerns from your perspective?
I'm sure that the party has not been able to deal with these problems. People raised the issues. The party said yes, it was going to deal with it. And up to date, I'm not sure they've been able to handle it the way it ought to be done. And that is why you are seeing the exodus of people join from the party, from the process like that. We first of all saw Boakye Jaku, who also complained about the whole process, which was just being changed by the party, amounting to they not respecting their own rules. And then added to this is Mr. Alan Kyerematen. It's unfortunate. My worry, from where I sit, my worry is that if you don't take care, and a number of people leave the process, obviously one person will emerge victorious. But as to whether he's going to get the support of the people in terms of the campaign, I'm afraid that may not be forthcoming. So the party must be careful about this. They must not be happy that, people are leaving and all that. One person, maybe an establishment candidate or whoever will win. There are consequences. And the consequence is that if people feel so aggrieved, people feel that they've been shortchanged, people feel that their concerns have been ignored, they can also vote with their feet or have some nonchalant attitude that they will not be able to participate in the process. And at the end of the day, the party will be ultimate loser if that is the case.
Doc, he in the statement said that, for instance, he would let us know what his political future will be like. Do you get the sense from those who are saying that he is likely to break away from the party, you think?
Oh, that one, I am not sure he will do that because it has a lot of implications. And giving the Democrat that he is, I am not sure he will do that. Far from it. That one, I am not close to him. That I can say from where I sit that it will be the last thing to cross his mind. He has expressed his concern. He will leave. He will go and sit somewhere. The worst that can happen is he will not, support the party very well, and then that is it.
Right. And finally, before you take leave of us, where does the NPP go from here? This is a stalwart that has decided to bow out of a crucial race. How should the party handle this?
The party should do soul searching and see what is wrong. Because you can't have giants like this, Boakye Jaku, Alan Kyerematen, moving out of a competition such as this. Something that they dreamed for over the years, it tells you that there's something wrong. The party should do soul searching and then right all the wrongs if they really want to maintain their unity. Otherwise, they are going to have problems come 2024.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kwame Asah-Asante, who is a political science lecturer at University of Ghana, sharing his thoughts on the big news coming in about Alan Kojo Kyerematen's withdrawal from the NPP's flag bearer contest, and he has given a number of reasons and says that in the next few days we'll get to know what his political future would be. We'll let you know definitely when it does come up. We'll also let you know what exactly the future of Dr. Alan Kyerematen is regarding his role within the NPP and within the entire body politic of Ghana. But let's go to the other phone line now and speak to spokesperson for the Alan campaign team, Yao Boabia Samoa. Mr. Boabia Samoa, a very good evening to you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
It seems as though your candidate, Mr. Kyerematen, has lost confidence in the process and has alluded to the fact that his withdrawal it was because he didn't trust the party leadership in addressing the concerns he raised. Is that a fair assessment of what has happened?
Let us to begin with, let me say a very good evening to your viewers and listeners, and let us focus on the direct content of the statement rather than the inferences, because indeed he has confidence in the process, but he hasn't mentioned elders or otherwise. This is not an event. This is a process, and right from the beginning, it's a process that's been fraught with problems. Deliberate skewing, orchestration, and at the end of the day, intimidation, inducements, essentially fear has been at work. And it's all directed at restricting Mr. Kyerematen's ability to engage in a fair process. It's only fair that, or he has the courage of his convictions to step up and say, if this is the way it's going, I'm afraid I have to step out. And in doing so, he's assured his supporters, numerous supporters, well-wishers, stakeholders who have high expectations of him, that these expectations will be realized given the process, because the process is such that it will not throw up willingly a person that's on the heart of the party, and therefore there's no point in him continuing. But those people are assured that they haven't lost him, because he's saying that he will continue to consult them, and in the coming weeks, he's going to deliver what he believes ought to be his role in Ghana politics. I personally am very hopeful that we don't lose his exceptional talent, because this is a man who is not a typical local politician with the one-liner and the loud persona and the public level. But he gets things done. He's a very deep thinker, and he gets things done. He's had an exceptional record in office. Yes.
So if your candidate, for instance, in the statement says deliberate and tactical skewing towards a candidate or a particular candidate, who is this particular candidate? And are you able to help us with what the party has done that he says this and that is the reason why we are withdrawing?
It is a fact, and it's obvious that everybody knows that candidate. I've spoken severally on your network about that particular candidate. The establishment candidate, it's not a secret.
Is it Dr. Bawumia?
As a news network, you have the capacity to investigate and determine for yourself. But I've spoken severally on your network and referred to the establishment candidate. You do know who that candidate is. And indeed, it's not a secret that the process is leading up to this. The party has been acting with impunity. The party has taken decisions that have not been sustainable. For example, the conference that was delivered regionally was not fair. And indeed, at the end of the day, even the voting process, the party was advised that as we select our deputy chairman, get every voter to select 5 people at once. I'll tabulate and you have your point. The party said no. Vote singly. Then the party was asked, then what happens if there is a tie? They said, we'll go back and have an election. So they wrote down in the rules. And then you have a tie and you decide unilaterally that you are going to reduce the electoral college. Is that fair? Is that just?
Okay.
You have a rule that ministers and government appointees are not going to be agents.
Okay. Mr. Bawumia, for lack of time, we would have to leave it here. But before you take leave of us, we know that from the last election, many thought he was going to at least place second. He ended up third. And there's a perception that he's already chickening out of a competition he was sure he wasn't going to win. What are your thoughts on that assessment?
Nobody. Let me put it another way, positively. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. But the fact of the matter is that it was a selection process, and we didn't go in there to be first, second, third, fourth, or fifth. We went in there to be part of the 5. But events surrounding the election have proven that
but you are third on the ballot. So if you are leaving, then it means there probably is a bigger reason why you're leaving.
Whatever you choose to look at, we know the reasons, and going forward into November 4th, the escalation of those reasons, and those reasons are laid out. That there's going to be continuous intimidation, there's going to be a tweaking of the rules. I was trying to explain some of the rules. You asked for it, and then you cut me short, and you're asking other questions. The party itself says that ministers, government appointees are not going to be agents. Unilaterally, they changed that rule, and they said that on November 4th, ministers and everybody can be agents. Do you know the import of that in our party? So it's not a process that can be relied on.
Okay.
The party is acting with impunity in the interest of a particular candidate, the establishment candidate. There's intimidation, there's inducement. This party is not being allowed to willingly determine who will lead it. That's the bottom line.
Mr. Boabia Samoa, thank you so much for your time. He is the spokesperson for the Alan campaign team, and our website 3news.com has many varied angles of this withdrawal by Alan Kyerematen. You would want to visit and read more. Hello.
Let's now continue with the rest of our stories. And President Akufo-Addo says government's efforts in dealing with illegal mining scourge is yielding positive results. Large tracts of Ghana's vegetation continue to suffer with water bodies polluted, resulting in, among many things, an increase in water tariff aimed at helping treat the water. Addressing a gathering of African leaders at the ongoing African Climate Summit, however, the president said the ban on illegal mining and flagship projects like the One Village, One Dam is contributing in the fight against climate change.
We have introduced major policy interventions that have development and climate projection imperatives. Our flagship programs, whether they are the programs for planting for food and jobs, or One Village, One Dam, or One District, One Factory, are all geared towards boosting industrialization and rural development, as well as building our resilience to the impacts of climate change. The strategic focus of the One Village, One Dam initiative, for example, in the northern regions of our country, is to provide all year-round access to water to smallholder farmers who practically have no viable livelihood alternatives during the long dry seasons. We're also determined to make natural gas, which we have in abundance, available for the generation of electricity. We placed a ban on illegal mining, the phenomenon we call galamsey, which was destroying our water bodies, vegetation, and our forests. Some 20,000 young people have been engaged to plant more than 30 million trees in 2 years to create jobs and restore degraded land. These policy initiatives are already using positive results to the attainment of the SDG goals, particularly the goal of reducing our carbon emissions.
Staying on issues of galamsey, and as government clearly struggles to end the illegal mining in the country, the paramount chief of Mampong has tasked his colleagues not to allow mining in their areas. Dasibre Osebonsu II cautioned even with authorization from the Minerals Commission, he won't allow the mining of gold within his jurisdiction.
Wanting destruction of water bodies and the environment as a result of galamsey is far from over. Government has initiated several interventions to end the menace, but it continues with impunity. Speaking at the opening of the 32nd Christoph Heinz African Human Rights Moot Court competition at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dasibre Osebonsu indicated that chiefs can play a role in overcoming the canker.
Some of us paramouncies have been bold, and we've stuck our neck and chest out to challenge government-established commissions, Mineral Commission, etc., etc. Far from sounding boastful, I kick them out of my kingdom, that you can't come to Mampong to come and dig any hole, that you want gold. This cancerous galamsey taking place in Ghana, good source of drinking waters, all polluted and gone.
Former Chief Justice Sophia Akufu also added a voice to the galamsey menace.
The Africa we want, however prosperous we envisage it to be, must be sustainable with pristine forests, clean rivers and streams, and clean breathable air, not denuded dust bowls with poisonous water created by live for today policies and practices.
The Christoph Heinz African Human Rights Moot Court competition is the largest gathering of law students of 61 universities from 17 African countries to argue on hypothetical human rights cases.
From home.
Well, still to come, Ghana's quest to return to the financial market soon to be realized after European Union backs calls for African leaders for reforms in the global financial architecture. Details of that when we return from this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint as compared to other paint brands on the market. We take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
Choose Sukasa for the highest quality, luxurious townhouses in East Lagoon Hills. 2, 3, and 4 bedroom in a gated community starting at $40,000 in Accra, Ghana. Sukasa, building on trust.
There are some moments that last forever because they happen only once. Like your very first day, your first day of school, your first successful bike ride. What's your child's next milestone? Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture is here to ensure they smile through it all. Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture has been keeping children smiling for more than a decade by relieving them from gastric pain, flatulence, minor digestive upset, and teething discomfort. Now, Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture. Auntie Mary's Gripe Mixture is manufactured and distributed by Ernest Chemists Limited. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
Data ebony day *700#.
BOY boy. Taxi. Further together.
You can be part of a greater data world of endless possibilities on Vodafone. Mama! With the best value and amazing data offers and services in Ghana, you can now dream bigger. Explore wider, go further, get more for less with Vodafone data.
We can do anything we put our mind to.
Vodafone, further together.
Welcome back to News 360 on TV3. Ghana's quest to return to the financial capital market may soon be a realization after the European Union backed calls by African leaders to reform in the global financial architecture. That change, should it happen, will mean that Ghana, like other African countries, will witness exponential expansion of their economic worth. At the ongoing Africa Climate Summit, global leaders have been pledging their support to the new African drive.
And so a lot more money could be in the offing for African countries after the European Union announced today that it will come COP28 support Africa and its drive for a restructuring of the global financial markets. Ursula von der Leyen, who spoke on the second day of the ongoing African Climate Summit, was quite categoric that the EU would support Africa in its drive.
I'm here not only to listen to you, but also to bring Europe's offer to be your ally at COP28 and to work together on all issues on the agenda. And Europe wants to be your partner, in closing this investment gap. First of all, we fully support the need for multilateral development bank reform. It is time to move from words to action.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Time now for business. Michael Ogbodu is with us. Mike, we hear that it's looking good for us because at least after the first IMF tranche, the IMF team is in the country to assess and review.
Exactly.
Finance Ministry, what's up with them?
Well, they seem very optimistic that we'll be able to tick all the boxes for the second tranche.
Okay. All right. You give us details on that.
Sure thing. Good evening. Welcome to the business segment here on News 360. My name is Michael Ogbodu. Straight into our first story, as Minister of Finance Ken Ofori-Atta has expressed optimism about the country's meeting all reviews in order to access the second tranche of the IMF program. Ghana is seeking a $3 billion bailout, of which $600,000 have already been accessed in the first tranche. Ken Ofori-Atta made this known at the third CEO's breakfast meeting organized by the Ghana Investment Promotion Center in Accra.
Ghana's economy over the past few years has been experiencing some shocks, making it difficult to even eye investors. But the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, is hopeful of Ghana assessing the second tranche of the IMF program for an economic breakthrough.
We have the first review of the IMF this year, and in September the fund will be with us, looking at really the quantitative performance criteria, the indicative targets, and some of the structural benchmarks. I think we've made a lot of progress in all of that, and we expect that when the mission comes, we'll be able to get a staff-level agreement and then be able to go to the board in November.
The meeting was aimed at soliciting innovative means of putting the economic fortunes of the country on a good footing from top CEOs across the nation. Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, Uofi Grant, acknowledged the immense role CEOs play in advancing nation building.
Definitely, there must be a platform on which, as government, you engage the private sector directly. And so this platform gives us that opportunity to be able to talk to private sector. And of course, for us, selecting the 100 companies in the Ghana Club 100 is a good start. We will continue to do that. We will also do a platform where we'll have the public sector also engage fully.
The event also offered the top CEOs the opportunity to get acquainted with preparations for the 20th edition of the Ghana Club 100, scheduled for October 27.
Now, banking consultant Dr. Kojo Aboagye-Deborah says the move of a takeover of struggling National Investment Bank (NIB) will save jobs. Government is considering the move for ADB Bank to take over the bank, according to 3 Business Intelligence. Dr. Aboagye-Deborah is, however, of the view that ADB Bank will need recapitalization to make the move viable.
What will be more important is that the two institutions, as we speak now, the impact of the DDEP has really impacted on even the ADB financials. So it's not only just the NIB, which is a bit insolvent. My take is, after the proposed merger is consummated, I think there's a need to be able to support the whole capital restoration plan for the merged entity, because that will really help for the bank to be able to support business growth, because a mere putting them together will not resolve anything, because as we speak, the bank is not healthy in terms of business growth. So I'll be happy to see a plan in place to be able to support the entire business drive, and that will entail or will call for some capital support when the merger is consummated. And I think that will give everybody comfort in terms of all the stakeholders. Employers will be happy, other stakeholders will be happy, customers will be happy, and then leadership will be able to drive the agenda for growth.
And the Information Minister has encouraged members of the International Advertisers Association, IAA, to leverage disruptions by technologies such as artificial intelligence to grow brands for economic development. Speaking in Accra at the IAA's Interactive Regional Conference, Kojo Nkrumah urged advertising practitioners to make brands relevant for sustainability.
The 6th Africa Rising Conference in Accra brings together regulators, practitioners and experts in the advertising industry across the world. The two-day meeting is expected to treat topics such as promise to the customer, building deeper consumer relationships for future-ready brands, and integrity, responsibility and control. Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah noted that challenges facing the world are a test for resilience and called for synergies to create the required impact.
Products and service brands of companies are dying faster, even as new ones are born through the disruption of innovation. Your theme challenges us to first introspect on our organizational brands, our client brands, the challenges, the opportunities, and the market dynamics of the future. We have the unique ability to overcome the most severe of challenges if we put our best efforts, our best people, and our best resources to the task.
Vice President and Area Director of International Advertising Association Africa, Nokodia, underscored the importance of technology to improve and move African brands beyond the continent.
Brands have been the main blood life of economies and what happens. So we are looking at how we're moving our African brands, how we're moving them from the local perspective to the continental perspective, and then moving them global as well. So it's to gather insights from people who have experts who have been in this business and who are understand the dynamics, to share their their knowledge and experience, so it can encourage the entire industry to be uplifted.
The conference is under the theme Building Future-Ready Brands.
Vodafone Ghana has renewed its commitment to the growth and transformation of small and medium-scale enterprises in Ghana. The telecommunications company marked the official launch of its annual SME month with a media briefing organized here in Accra.
Vodafone Ghana says this year it is going beyond traditional support mechanisms to offer a comprehensive suite of initiatives aimed at SMEs. Tawa Bolarin is Director of Enterprise Business Unit and Wholesale at Vodafone Ghana.
You can get broadband for your office, Wi-Fi enabled. In addition to that, the data on your broadband you can also share amongst your employees. So you can move the same data on your broadband and give it to your employees. In addition to that, all the mobile phones of your employees can call each other for free, and we also give you an office phone.
Shedding more light on a new converged proposition for businesses dubbed One Business, Head of SME at Vodafone Ghana, Alfred Nazer, says his outfit seeks to provide companies with a comprehensive communication solution.
We invite all our customers to take advantage of these new products we are launching today to enhance your business. It has been established that businesses that are enabled with all these tools grow their businesses. You increase revenue and you also increase your productivity.
Meanwhile, The telecom firm has announced the launch of 4G Plus, a transformative step in ensuring that SMEs have access to the fastest, most reliable connectivity available.
Vodafone has gone a step higher by making sure we have provided a range of 4G Plus enabled devices available to our customers at our retail store. And they are not just available for our customers, we've also put an option where customers can get device financing, implying that they can pick up devices and then they can pay on monthly basis for 6 months.
The 2023 Vodafone SME Month is themed Good to Great with Vodafone.
Well, that will be all for the business segment here on News 360. Our website 3news.com has more business stories for you. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe. Up next is sports.
Pepsodent introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family because every smile matters. New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
You are your own person, unique, one of a kind, special. That's why you deserve everything tailored to suit your particular taste, your preference, your needs. Just like MTN Just For You. You can get customized offers tailored to who you are. Dial *141# or use the MyMTN app to get to choose from a variety of offers made just for you.
With Glovo, you order anything you want, and when you receive it, you celebrate it with your whole body. Because when that tasty grilled chicken is here, the weekend starts. The ingredients for your favorite recipe just in time. And when the cake arrives, the party is on. Because receiving anything on Glovo deserves a dance. Download the app, order anything you want, and track it minute by minute until it arrives. Glovo, order anything, we deliver in minutes.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities from 1,500 cedis upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. What are you waiting for? Call Quick Credit today. 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
When you're little, days are extremely busy. Work, traffic jams, meetings, conference calls. Luckily, our mom is here to take good care of us with Day-by-Day Baby and Day-by-Day Kids and their naturally active ingredients. Our skin is hydrated, soothed, and protected all day long. Yes, hello?
Sports segment is brought to you by Bell Pack Tissues.
Time now for sports news, and Thierry Nyan is already here. Thierry, what's up with the Black Stars?
Well, they have landed in Kumasi. All of them? All of them.
All?
Not all, but yeah, most of them.
Most. Okay.
And so we'll bring you more details right here on News 360. My name is Thierry Nyan, and of course the Black Stars have landed and trained in Kumasi earlier today with an eye on the final AFCON 2023 qualifier game against Central African Republic. My colleague Raphael Sarkodie was at the venue and has this update.
Well, so the senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana, are currently here in Kumasi preparing at the Baba Yara Stadium, ahead of that crucial AFCON qualifier against Central African Republic, scheduled for Thursday here at the Baba Yara Stadium. Well, so ahead of that particular game, the Stars have been training. Well, the supporters and media personnel who came in their numbers in anticipation to see the Stars train were denied access because the Stars, we are told, are training behind closed doors. Well, so the supporters, very disappointed, have been voicing out their frustration because the communication that they will be training behind closed doors did not go to them.
Actually, I'm very disappointed with what has happened today because I was expecting they should allow the fans to troop into the stadium, have some small time, that's 15 minutes, then they play with the fans to get out.
This is not usual. Down when they have their training in Accra, it's opened up to everyone. So coming down to Kumasi from Accra with the expectation that you're going to watch the guys train, I mean, it's very frustrating. So you got a lot of guys out here.
It's a blaster for everybody. To come and watch that first training is very glad to be happy for watching the last game. So I'm very, very sad.
Two players who were missing in camp, Richard Ofori and Jordan Ayew, are all here. And so the Stars have a full house. The teaming supporters over here in Kumasi believe that indeed they will be here on Thursday to support the Stars to deliver victory and secure qualification to AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. Reporting for 3 Sports, this is Raphael Sarkodie.
Now, with a few weeks away to the resumption of Ghana football or the Ghana Premier League season, many clubs have sped up their preparations, and Okowe United today had their 4th pre-season game at the Achimota Park. 3 Sports' Frankie Champong has more in this report.
After many years away from the Premier League, the Nkoko-based club has a chance to compete for a spot in the Ghanaian top flight competition after securing qualification to the Division 1 league last season. It's been over a decade since they last competed against the very best teams in Ghana, and this time the players are poised to achieve their goal this season.
We are training hard to come this game and make it simple as we did last season. So we are showing everybody that this season Okowe is coming to Premier League.
I wish it will happen for us, so we are very prepared and we are ready to do it.
Head coach Prince Yao Owusu has a huge job on his hands, but is not worried about the pressure.
Me personally, it's normal for me. Why do I say that? Because I've been in the business for so long, and I know how the traditional clubs are. So we are coping with it. It's not that bad. We are handling it.
With just a few weeks to the start of the season, the club has also secured a deal with Turf, who will be providing the team with training equipment.
It's a long-term partnership, so I mean, as and when they need anything, we are there to support them.
Promotion to the Premier League would definitely be a step further in the club's history, and fans will be hoping they do qualify this time.
Now, Arsenal forward Eddie Nketiah has revealed that he chose to represent England over Ghana because it was a natural progression in his career. The 24-year-old received his first ever senior team call-up last weekend.
I think obviously both sides obviously always.
Stay with me, Thierry Nyano, bringing some more sports subsequently right here on TV3. Up next is entertainment.
Water is life. Water gives life. Water moves through nature in a never-ending cycle. Observe the beauty of water as it flows all around us, refreshing and restoring. Gaze in wonder at the stillness and beauty of nature. There's harmony in nature everywhere around. Water revitalizes the body and keeps you going strong. Water is life. Water gives life. Drink Awake Purified Drinking Water. One for life. So relax and unwind and in the calmness of nature, find the rest you desire. For every bottle of Awake you buy, an amount to be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is FDA.
Sugar and became
Ma, to data, ebony day, *700#.
B-O-Y, boy. Taxi. Further together.
You can be part of a greater data world of endless possibilities on Vodafone. Mama. With the best value and amazing data offers and services in Ghana, you can now dream bigger, explore wider, go further, get more for less with Vodafone data.
We can do anything we put our mind to.
Vodafone. Further together.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP Still Timeless, Vodafone, Further Together, and powered by 3 Entertainment.
Welcome to the Entertainment News segment. My name is Anita Ekia Ekufu, and in entertainment this evening, like other festivals, the Ogua Fetu Afashe celebrated by the people of Cape Coast has an interesting backstory to it. But how well do indigents know about the events that birthed the festival? Osu Orai has been interacting with some Cape Coasters.
Cape Coast was the center of attention over the weekend. Revelers from far and near travels to the culturally rich destination to experience the festival.
This is my first time here. I just want to experience the festival.
Yeah, it is my first time to be in Cape Coast. I've learned more things, their culture, and everything is very nice.
It's nice being around, knowing their culture and all that.
Dominating the numbers were young indigents. How well do these young Cape Coasters know about the Fetu Afashe and the events that birthed the festival they feel so proud about?
My name is George Hagan. I come from Cape Coast.
Basically, we are here for the Fetu Afashe, and a lot of other people have also come here to be part of this celebration. Tell us about the history behind this festival.
That one, I can't. I don't have any idea about that.
You come from this town?
I'm from this town.
Tell us what the history is about this festival.
Yeah, like there's plenty things about this thing, but me, I don't know right now.
Well, history has it that once upon a time there was an outbreak of disease among the people of Ogua that took many lives. This was devastating, and as such demanded that the people of Cape Coast call for an intervention from their gods. It is believed that the inhabitants of Cape Coast and its environs were able to eliminate the plague with the help of their gods, hence the name Fetu. Originally Efintu, translating into doing away with death. That is the backstory.
A lot of people don't know about this history, and then a lot of people don't know history behind this festival. I pray the good people of Cape Coast, they can learn the history behind Ogua Fetu Afashe, so that it can explain to our children and then our grandchildren.
An award-winning Nigerian artist, Patoranking, has set September 7, 2023 for the release of his 4th studio album, World Best. And speaking to 3 Entertainment at his private album listening, the Kolo Kolo hitmaker eyes global dominance with his project.
Music powerhouse Patoranking held a successful private listening for his World Best album over the weekend in Accra. Colleague musicians including SM Boss Shatawale, Manifest and D Black amongst other music executives showed up to throw their weight behind Patoranking.
Too many girls them tonight. So we are
The 15-track masterpiece features some amazing music talents around the world, such as Diamond Platnumz, Beenie Man, Ludacris, Popcaan, and the only Ghanaian artist, Jackie. Speaking to 3 Entertainment, Patoranking says the album aims to position him as a global icon.
I enjoyed myself making this album, and if you know you enjoyed yourself listening to the album, say booyah! Booyah! Straight fire. My friends, they call me World Best. They've been calling me for the past 7-8 years, and it's an affirmation for me, so I am who they say I am. The whole aim, you know, and the focus right now is global domination. So I would love to be addressed one day as world best renowned musician.
My name is Anita Ikuya Ikufu. Have a good evening.
Since gaining independence in 1964, Zambia has never experienced military rule, though there have been several failed coup attempts. Mesa Hichilema, who won a landslide victory over an incumbent president in 2021, made the remarks on a visit to Kayama, a suburb of the capital Lusaka. It is not clear why he sounded the warning, but it comes in the aftermath of several recent coups in Francophone Africa and complaints at home about the rising cost of living. He acknowledged food prices were high and said the government was addressing the issue.
So we have a secret to share with you. It has to do with the Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, the Pepsodent Triple Protection, and the Pepsodent Herbal. You need to brush your teeth with any of these before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning. And on that note, remember that with Pepsodent, every smile matters. And that's how we bring the bulletin to an end. Thank you for watching. My name is Martin Esiedidati.
I am Portia Gabo. Good evening.